Hi guys, if you reload like I do, every now and then there's such a thing called a mistake that happens. Now when you start reloading a rifle shell, there's many components that all have to go together and everything has to be balanced. I've already loaded primers that ended up being Magnum pistol primers, and I didn't know it till after I loaded a bunch of them. Or I've taken the shells out to the range and started shooting and found out that that particular load didn't really shoot all that well. With the cost of components today, the bullets and the powders and the primer, instead of just shooting these up and not getting satisfactory accuracy out of them, I can use this handy dandy little tool like this one right here. This is a bullet puller, and what this does is uses inertia to pull the bullet out of the case without damaging any of the components. The primer is still good, the powder is still good, and in addition to that, the bullet just falls down into the bottom and we can reuse all the components again. Now this particular type is a Quinetics. There's also Lyman bullet pullers. RCBS makes a bullet puller, and our sponsor Graf & Sons carries quite an extensive line of them. So it's a good idea, get on their website, just look at them, pick the one that you would be more comfortable with. It's very simple to use this. In order to put the case in, all that we have to do is unscrew the back, and then we take out the universal collet. This is the part that actually holds the bullet. Then we slide the case in through it. We drop the lock ring on the back and tighten it up. And you want to crank it down until it's fairly snug in there. And right now everything's locked in place. Then all that I've got to do to get the bullet out is make sure that you've got a block of wood. You don't want to beat onto your loading table with this. And a few taps, a couple smacks on a block of wood, and we can unscrew the back, slide the case out of the collet, and there's our case. The primer is still intact. We can move this, and if you look right down inside of here, I've got a bullet. The bullet is undamaged, and I've got my total powder charge left in my hand. Okay, with just a couple simple smacks onto a block of wood like that, we can pull the bullet, make use of the bullet again. Again, I've still got my full charge of powder. All I have to do is either dump this back into the powder measure, get the charge that I want, reseat the bullet, and we're ready to go back out on the range. You know, as we get more and more involved in reloading, there's a lot of little things that can contribute big time to better accuracy on the range and in the field. And most of those things don't take a whole lot of effort. It just takes understanding all of the things that enter into accuracy when it comes to shooting a rifle. Now what we're going to talk about today is trimming the case. After you've shot a case a couple times, there's so much pressure in here that it actually starts to stretch that case forward, and this part of the neck gets longer. Every third to fifth firing, we want to take the case to the trimmer. All that I have to do is put it into the unit after I've established the proper length. I turn the handle a few times until it spins easily. And you can see what that's done. It's just trim off a tiny little bit of the case and shorten the overall length. Okay, once I've trimmed that case to the proper length, then I need this, which is called an inside-outside deburring tool. What this does, through twisting it inside the neck and then a couple quick passes on the outside of the neck, it cuts off any rough edges, any sharp edges, and in addition to that, it puts a chamfer on the inside of the neck so that the bullet very easily will start and center itself as we put pressure on it with the reloading die.
More than 50 years, Graf & Sons has been recognized worldwide as the reloading authority. We currently stock over 20,000 items for the metallic and shot shell shooter and reloader, including one of the nation's largest selections of powders and primers, as well as Cheddite products imported from France. We also stock a full range of Hornady-made military ammo. Check out our website for other great offers, including information about Hornady's Get Loaded program. www.grafs.com. Graf & Sons, the reloading authority.